Hey guys, it's Ben. Another video. I know, so soon when normally my upload schedule is twice a month. Big shock. Today's video, by the title as always, as I say, will be a song competition between me and my friend. And we've had, I think, either a week or two to do this, but I've done absolutely nothing. Not because I'm a lazy shit. I have an excuse this time. It's because I had so much work. I feel like Gordon Ramsay pointing the finger everywhere. The idea is, who can write the best song? The thing is, as I've started so late, what I'm going to do is take a verse I did ages ago, switch it up a bit, then I've got to write two other verses, then I've got to make myself a hook, and I've never wrote a hook before, or other known as a chorus, if you don't know what a hook is. As I've never done that, it's going to be a new experience for me, and I'm sorry if you guys don't enjoy it. Right after this video, there should be the song, unless if you watch the song first. This video is going to be a bit weak now, so kill me. But if you would like to see the process of how I made this, that'd be amazing, and I would really like that. I won't lie, before I start writing anything, I've got very limited time to do this, because first I share a room, and my microphone, my computer, basically everything I use is up in my room where I share a room. Yeah. Second of all, it's college times and all that, so whenever my brother leaves the house for work, college, whatever, then I start doing as much as I can in videos. So whenever I'm making a video, sometimes it can take longer because I need to find the personal space or private space to make these videos. I've done the third verse. I've checked it over with my mate. You might think that's cheating, but I did this ages ago, quite a bit ago. And the two judges for this will be Sam Rage's friend, or Samuel Mitchell, and the other person will be my friend, Marsh Mallow2963, a beautiful man, Jack, I don't know whether I'm allowed to say his last name, and yeah, this ain't no competition for me, Sam. I'm gonna win this. Apart from I don't know how to write a chorus, so that's gonna be great. I've already chosen the beat. I've done the verse. The first verse I've done a draft of already. It's not 100% complete. Second verse I'm still need to do. The chorus, as I've said repeatedly, I've got to do. If you didn't know, before this channel I used to, write my own songs just because, I don't know, I always thought it was fun, although I was aware I wasn't great, and I still ain't. Still a lot of learning to do, but what I've been doing since then is been writing either stuff that means a lot to me, or I've been writing like double entendres, so like double meanings to things. So I want to try and squeeze as many of those in as I can into the song, whilst making it sound like, making it flow right. What I always been critiqued from my previous music, like the lyricism, obviously, because I ain't a lyricist, but it was also the flow. I've always had a really bad flow, and everyone shits on me as much as they can, which is fair, and I am dedicated to, try something new in this, and I want to, go slow flow, pick it up a bit, then fast. I won't be going like, full on lyrical miracle on this because I hate those type of things, but I want to give you at least a solid track. So if this is an average or below track, I'm sorry, but I'm not even going to lie here, I'm going to try my best to make this sound good. I think the last verse sounds great, and personally, hook, that's a big issue, which I still probably will fuck up because it's my first time, so don't blame me. And the other two verses, I mainly pour my energy at the last verse, and when you hear it you'll understand why. Or if you've heard it, I hope you did enjoy it, because that's where most of my anger and most of my pain, because I don't talk about my personal life even to my mates, just to get that off my chest. It was just like, whew, that was a relief. Alright, let's go into the editing process of this track. It's quite a shame because I've had to close the curtains for the lighting, but it's one of the only days where it's quite bright outside for England. So I've got bits of the track here. I've even heard this myself, it's been quite a while, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, I just want you to get a general idea what the instrumental will be. I assume this is the hook. Whether I jump or fall. What it will be is going to be quite energetic and loud, but when it comes to the verse, it's going to cool down. Because the first verse is basically quite slow, subtle. The first verse will be about a different part from the other two verses. It's going to mean something different to me. I'm not sure about the second yet, But the song, would you believe it, because it's the most easiest thing to do of all time, would be a relationship song instead of doing something, you know, more unique. Because if I felt like I did anything else, I would be going too much of my personal life, and I don't really want to do that. I've already done the last verse, and the only person I told this story to completely was actually my older brother. And like, he was really chill with it. I didn't tell him at all because, you know, I just don't think it's that important. Thank you if you're watching this. Alright, I should really crack down and show you how I write some of these lyrics when it comes to me. I can't do them all because some of the lyrics are on my phone. Actually, no, I could open them on it. Oh, fuck. Stress! Alright, I'm gonna listen to the track, then I'll get back with you. Love the instrumental. Whether I jump or fall, I just want you to hear this. I'm inches off the edge, I'm in need of you. I wish I treated you better. We were inside out, one more than the other. When we decided to finally end this, I pretended as if it weren't a bother. Okay, so what I gathered from the first verse already is it seems a bit off with the flow in parts. The rhymes seem a bit forced. I don't know, 2 little syllables, maybe. I don't know how much I can actually do here because I'm on such strict time now. I've only got like a day or two to do this. And my brother comes home in an hour's time, nearly maybe 2 hours if I'm lucky. So I'm gonna have to write everything in 2 hours. Fuck. Alright, I need to piss, so be back in a minute. I've realised for the hook, as I'm on such strict time now, 1 or 2 hours, what I'm going to do is gonna give it some really easy rhymes and so just really simple. If I go too complex at this point, I'm gonna make it sound crap because of how strict time I am. Whilst if I do rhymes like hate me, lately, save me, baby, Tracy, you know, or things that rhyme with that. If I just use simple rhymes like that, I'm not going to limit myself. I have a lot to go off there. I've got to be really careful with time here because I've got to write the hook and the verse now, and the first verse I haven't even finished. So I've got basically a verse and a half and 3 hooks to add in here, and I've got to record it. There will be no music video. I'm going to do a visualizer or maybe some subtitles. I can't show you this all. That's annoying. Because I've got to use my phone for other things for this. I should probably like invest in a good camera. I've got a camera, but it's really shit. Okay, right now I'm making the hook, and I've just realised a really good name for this song. I've been looking through my old lyrics, and I'm gonna call this Still Own the Ghost of You. I don't know, I just think it's different to most people. Maybe it isn't good, but right now I'm feeling that it's on such limited time. So I'm gonna have to add that towards the end of the hook or at the beginning, so people are aware what the song is generalized about. Instead of using simple rhymes actually, I might just use a structure pattern. If you did English in school, if you did stanzas, instead of sometimes rhyming, they would just use the same word over and over at the end of the lines. So I might just use the word you over and over so people know who I'm directing this at. I'll read you what I've got for the hook. I've done this in like 5 minutes. Since you left, nobody listens to me. Crazy to think I'll just be history. I still get haunted from you. I still own the ghost of you. The hook is very short, so I think it's 4 lines. And if it does go over, I'll repeat the last 2 lines again. It's not great, obviously, but this is what we're gonna have to do for fast pace now. Okay, I've just checked it over with the instrumental. 4 lines do work, but I'm going to change the first 2 lines. I'm going to change the first 2 lines so I can add the last 2 the same to get my point across. Hey look, an artist's mind at work. By the way, don't ask why I'm using a graphics paper with a pencil. Look, rush of time. Jeez, I actually can't think of anything for the other half of the hook. I've been sitting here for like a minute and I can't think of anything. Okay, after a lot of time, I thought of something. I'm just gonna go with the similar pattern of last time. So this is the hook so far. Since you left, nobody listens to me. Crazy to think I'll just be history. I still get haunted from you. I still own the ghost of you. Since you left, nobody notices me. Crazy to think I'm no one's priority. I still get haunted from you. I still own the ghost of you. It's now my delivery and performance that really needs to, show that I mean this. And I actually do, but it's the performance that means so much to an artist. And if you don't get your message across to people, no one will think that you mean it. And if I flop this, I really do mean everything I write down. I hate artists that make up things because they feel the need to. I think you should always have a meaning in your lyrics. Okay, what I've got to do now is put those lyrics onto my Word document so I'm able to, read it from my phone whilst using this microphone. By the way, this setup, very cheap. If you're looking to do music, I don't really recommend my stuff, but if you're on such limited money, the microphone was very cheap. The computer's quite cheap. You don't really need much as long as you've got the software to do, and most of it these days you can just rip off online. I don't really agree with ripping off software online, but if you're looking to use something like VideoPad, which Jack Ive showed me, you have different type of audio edits on there. So for people that are looking to do music, I don't know anything to do with audio effects and all that, I'm more of a video editor, please just consider checking VideoPad or different NCH softwares because they're pretty decent. Alright, time for the recording process. I'll be back with you very soon. It sounds like I'm doing an advert. Hey guys, a few days later, I had to stop all the recording, all the processing because my brother came in. The 2 tracks are now officially finished from me and Samuel Mitchell. I'm about to do a call with Jack or Marsh Mallow2963. Link is obviously in the description. Before we get into it, he has wrote a sheet or 2 sheets on both tracks. So he's doing it for the perspective from a casual listener, and he's not hearing out for too many things. He's just going beat, delivery, a bit of lyricism.
Marshmallow2963. Well, who do you want to start with? So, with Sam's, we'll start off with his instrumental that he had. It was, in my opinion, it was a really good instrumental, actually. I very much enjoyed it. Also, just for the record, before we properly start, actually, I've done a ranking system where it's 1 to 5, and instead of 5 being great, 5 is bearable. I'll be honest, neither of the songs were good. Admittedly, 1 was worse than the other, of course, but, so 5 is a song where it's sort of like, you know what, that's bearable, I can put up with listening to that. And then, a 1 is, never show me that ever again. Okay, so the beat that Sam chose, I found it was actually quite an alright beat. It was a good start, knowing that I think it was 15 seconds of the start was just all of that beat. So that was a nice start to the song, honestly.
I wasn't recording my voice.
So,
no, it is. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Okay. So I ranked it the beat a nice 3.5 out of 5.
Wow.
It was a very nice beat. I really liked it. 3.5, very, very good, very nice beat. His vocals, so this is the sound and the timing and how well they blended with the beat. So I gave it a bit of a listen, and really, it was almost like it was mumble rapping to an extent.
That's fair.
I found them, quite frankly, shite.
Okay.
It was, you couldn't hear half the words that he was saying, and had these little ad-libs come over the top, which some of them sounded bad, and some of them sounded even worse. It was really, really shite, the vocals, but some of it worked, I suppose. Some of it kind of went with the beat, so I gave that a 1.5 out of 5. His delivery was shite, and then the lyrics I tried to listen what I could actually understand. I couldn't really understand any of it. I got the gist that it was about love, I think, you couldn't I'm sorry, I couldn't understand a word that you were saying, Sam. As I've said, the ad-libs, they sounded dreadful, really. Some were bad and some were worse. Overall, I've given you a 1.5 out of 5.
So his delivery, his lyrics, lyrically, I could hear it, but I can understand because like I'm the type of person who really focuses on something. So maybe as like a casual listener, what are you doing it from that perspective?
I mean, I was, of course, trying to listen to it, but I was trying to take on everything as a whole.
All right.
And the lyrics themselves, I mean, well, not, I mean, the vocals, they just really let everything down. I've just got written it, quite frankly, started ruining the song as soon as you put the vocals over the instrumental. It all just sort of went downhill after those first 15 seconds. I mean, I'm sorry to say that, but that was Ben.
Oh, you finished with Sam.
I'm finished with Sam.
Oh,
That
you
was
put him
what
so
I've got.
low. How low can mine be? Oh my god. Okay. Oh, he's just messaged me. He's just messaged me. Oh no. Okay. Okay.
So,
Lay it down on me, not the Sam Smith song.
okay, so I got the beat, like the instrumental.
Yeah.
Not half as nice as Sam's was really. I quite liked Sam's, and I just found yours honestly a bit shite.
That's fair. I'm a
Um,
fan of lo-fi, and it's not. Everyone says that's fair.
it just wasn't for me. I put a 1.5 on the beat.
Holy
I
shit.
mean,
Okay.
a a better beat would have really helped the song.
That's fair. That's fair.
So the sound of your vocals, I could actually understand them. In comparison to the beat, I wish I could have heard more of the beat, but then again, I didn't like that beat. So,
That's fair.
I mean, if it was a better beat, I wish I could have heard more of the beat. The vocals sounded good. You could understand them. They
Alright.
were very clear. However, your timing with the beat
Yeah.
was off. I wasn't as happy
I,
with that.
I have to agree with you there, especially for me anyway. I don't know about you. I thought my first verse was definitely worse than my last.
I mean, I preferred your first verse, I think, as far as the sound went.
Oh, okay. Okay.
As far as the sound of the vocals were and everything, and the sound of your voice, much better. I've given you a 2.5
On my
on the
delivery.
sound of on your delivery of the lyrics, on all your vocals.
Alright.
The actual lyrics themselves, I quite well. I mean, I understood them, which was worlds better than Sam's was.
Okay.
But some really nice wordplay in there. I did like, some of your stuff in there. You get on about taking tablets and then ecstasy, and
Hey.
I caught you on some of that.
No way.
So,
Ah, yes. Okay. Yeah.
I picked up on some of it. However, there were big breaks in between some of your stuff, so it was like you've said something, and then you feel like you need to take an entire breath to get out the next thing, and whatever. And it's like, no, you've got more than 2 seconds worth of air in your lungs.
Okay.
You can make that flow so much better. But it was very stop and start throughout the entire song, I found, which really did bring it down a bit.
Alright.
So I've given that a 3 overall on
Wait.
the lyrics
So
and things.
3 out of 5. Okay.
3 out of 5 on the lyrics. So, and overall, I've given you a 2.5 out of 5. Yours, you really dropped the ball on a lot of things,
Yeah. I
but
would agree.
ultimately, Sam's did it just a lot worse.
Oh god, what are you gonna say better? My face just
So,
sank. Oh.
so I've put overall, I mean, because I listened to Sam Rage's first,
Yeah.
and I listened to it and I was sort of, you know what, this is kind of alright. So no, so the first listen, Sam's was like, alright, I can deal with this. This is alright. And then I listened to Ben's, and I was like, you know what? That's also really good. So I went back and listened to Sam's again. I sort of realised how much worse Sam's was than Ben's. Ben has beaten Sam.
What? No
So
way! I'm
overall,
gonna cry.
if Sam's vocals were better, so I could actually understand the lyrics, you would have had a very good chance. I mean, it just seemed to lack a second listen through to the vocals. It was like you've recorded them and okay, that's good enough. It sounded as though you actually wanted to make sure the listener could hear what you were trying to say. I mean, Sam's flowed a bit better, but yours just sounded so much better. So I had to give it to you overall.
Alright, just to really destroy my ego on this one, they're still both very incomplete and bad songs.
I mean, I wouldn't choose to listen to any of them.
I thought Sam's was way better, personally, but...
I mean, the instrumental, worlds better.
yeah.
If it was just an instrumental, you may have won. Yours was more bearable because of the lyrics and everything, and the way it sounded.
Jack's link will obviously be in the description and on the end
Yes.
screen.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.